Hi all, this is Waldemar from Better Your Chess. In this video we're going to take a look at a famous chess study from Abram Gurvich. It was composed in 1962. Okay, let's get started. In this position it is white to move and win. If you want to try and find the solution yourself, pause the video for as long as you like, but beware, this is quite a tough one. Now I will count to 3 and then show you the solution. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now first let's try and take stock of the position. The material balance is in white's favor, but not necessarily losing for black. Black can even give up his f-pawn and theoretically draw the endgame of rook plus knight versus rook, were it not for the fact that for the moment his pieces are in unfortunate positions. Now what white must do is to put black's pieces in passive positions, keep them there and strangle them even further. Then he has a chance of winning, because in the end black will run out of safe moves and then zugzwang, a useful endgame weapon, will do him in. For those of you who don't know, zugzwang is the situation where every legal move you can make only makes your position worse. Well, in this position white must start with rook b7 check. And now this already narrows down black's choices. Let's first take a look at king e6 for instance, when knight c7 already simply loses the rook. Also, after rook b7 check, king f8 is problematic, because after knight d6, mate with rook f7 will follow. So then there is another king move, king e8, but this move also loses the rook after knight c7 check. So the best defense after rook b7 check is king d8, and this is the main line of the study. Now the next fine move that you had to find was knight a7, completely still mating the rook, which has currently no safe moves anymore. Please note that the king can also not approach the queen side, because the c8 square is covered by the knight. So in this position, with the rook completely still mated, black has to move either the king or the pawn. Now if he moves the pawn, f6, f5, then we can see that after rook g7, a very nice switch, white will win the rook on the next move with rook g8 check using a skewer, and after that he will also be able to stop black's passed pawn. So that's not the toughest defense. Rather, after knight a7 the toughest defense is king e8. But now the white king comes in and starts to stalemate the black king. King g8. Now the threat is knight c6 and mating on e7 with the rook again. The win is quite easy now after rook d8, knight c6, when really the only move to stop rook e7 checkmate is rook d7, but then the rook comes from the other angle, rook b8 check, and now of course after rook d8 and rook takes d8 it is also checkmate. So the best move after king g8 is not rook d8 but rather king d8. Now here white has to find another strong move. He has to bring the king closer, and he does that with king f7, simultaneously closing in even more on black's king and also attacking the f-pawn. Black can now really only legally move his f-pawn. Well, okay, legally he can also play a rook move, of course, but that would immediately lose the rook. So the zugzwang is really already setting in here, and he has to move his pawn. f6, f5. But now again another nice rook switch from white, rook e7, threatening to win the rook on a8 with rook e8 check, which is now supported by the king on f7. Black now really is in zugzwang. If he now plays f4, then indeed, of course, rook e8 will win the rook and the game. So the best try here maybe is rook b8, hoping to answer rook e8 with king c7. And all of a sudden, black has managed to escape. Of course, if white trades rook here, then he has no material left to mate him. And if white does not decide to trade rooks, then black has managed to free up his rook and king, and then we have reached this theoretically drawn endgame of rook plus knight versus rook, and with correct play, black will be able to draw that. But of course, after rook b8, white will not play rook e8, check, the move that he planned one move earlier, but now the final blow comes from the knight. Of course, white plays knight c6, check, winning the rook and the game. This study is a fantastic example of strangulation and the combined power of the white pieces. What I like especially about these endgames is that they very much resemble real chess games and also teach you to visualize, to use logical reasoning, to work with threads and to improve your pieces, etc. And really what we saw at work here was a good deal of technique by white. Well, with that we've come to the end of this video. Did you enjoy it? If so, then please consider liking, commenting or subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!